It's the Andy and Dave Daily right here on the Muskegon Channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly, Dave Cackley over yonder. I would like to start today with a thought from a documentary I watched over the weekend. Do you get UFO TV?
I don't know.
All right.
I've got like 9,000 channels, so I don't know if I get UFO TV or I don't. I mean,
UFO TV.
I'm open-minded
Right.
to the possibility of those things.
I'm
So
a documentary fan, right? And not everything on UFO TV is right up the gut for me, but it does have a plethora of really great documentary television. And some of its programming you can't find anywhere else. A lot of it's ancient alien stuff, but it's a little bit more in depth than what you see on the History Channel. So I'm a fan of the History Channel stuff. I like that, but I also like when they really dig into ancient Mesopotamia and they get into ancient Egypt. I mean, the prehistory stuff, the stuff that we don't really know. Maybe some of the stuff.
What about Atlantis? What about
Love
Atlantis?
it.
Thoughts?
I'm sure. I think Atlantis was real. I think it sunk.
Okay.
I think there is a plausible argument that Atlantis is Antarctica, because they're starting to see structures under the ice in Antarctica. So at one point that was probably populated. Anyway,
Possible.
Neither here nor there. We're flipping around on Saturday night looking for something to watch, and on the UFO channel, there was a documentary about TikTok. I'm interested. I'm not a user. I have no intentions on becoming a TikTok user, but they walked through the process of how TikTok got so big. Does Max use TikTok?
Yes.
And you know what? Kids love it.
We're being we're being spied on by the Chinese as we speak. I'm open. I understand.
There's a lot of back and forth about that in there. And did you know that TikTok has got almost the identical thing exclusive to China? TikTok runs all over the world, but in China there is a separate entity that runs just like TikTok, but it's not TikTok.
Right. No, it shows different. Like it shows like great. I know this about Chinese TikTok how it differs. It shows like more educational stuff, more like athletic achievements, more of that type of thing. Positive reinforcement, exclusively for
China.
the Chinese,
right?
And yes,
it also changes Chinese skin tone, so Chinese people look better. All kinds of stuff, but that's neither here nor there either.
Right.
What I want to get to is how freaking smart TikTok was to invade the rest of the world like they have, and the way that they did it. Oh my
smart,
God.
Sinister, either or. 6 and 1/2 dozen.
Both. And let me tell you how stupid. And the whole time we're sitting there watching this thing, it was the level. I just sat here thinking the level of stupidity of people that are running social media was just outed on a level that I've been screaming about for years. Because what have I told you since day one about broadcasters and social media and everything else? It ought to be run by broadcasters, right? People who know what they're doing. TikTok spent so much goddamn money on advertising with Twitter and Facebook and everything else. Those meatheads at the stock companies just went, okay, we'll take the money. They didn't even stop and think about TikTok stealing their audience. It wasn't even an afterthought. It wasn't even a consideration as to how fast and how quick they would erode the entire young population of the future of social media across the planet, because they put that much money in front of the stock market, and these meatheads all went, oh boy, look at that check. Durr. And
everybody, it's short-sighted,
short-sighted and stupid these dumb bastards are. I'm screaming at my TV. And part of me is screaming, hey, good for you, TikTok. Look at these dumb sons of bitches. And the other half of me is going, you gave that up? How could you be so stupid? And Cindy is going to have a heart attack because I'm freaking out. I'm literally freaking out. And
I don't know.
Every stupid thing they teach you on day one to protect your audience, they gave away for nothing. And the next level of this is that this TikTok company, they've got it set up now. So let's say you're watching a TikTok video and there's some guy eating cherries. You want cherries? Touch the cherries, and they come to your house.
Of course.
That's next. And dude,
Oh,
so if you're Amazon,
this is
you
all
better start
eventually-
thinking about what's coming down the pipe. I'm telling you, I'm not freaking out. I'm just telling you.
it's
nothing
everything you're
but
saying
stupidity.
is true.
Nothing but stupidity has made TikTok what it is. And now we're sitting here thinking India's already banned it. India will not let TikTok in its country. Now we're sitting here going, maybe we ought to get rid of TikTok. Well, dude, you already opened the box because you dumbasses who just saw nothing but dollar signs didn't stop and think about protecting your assets. Good for you. You deserve it.
It's over.
Dumb.
No, well,
Dumb.
Whether we deserve it or not is beside the point. It's here. There's nothing we can do about it. And this is all evenally going to destroy us.
I'm not
How
damning
long
TikTok.
it takes is the only question.
I'm not damning
I'm
TikTok.
damning TikTok.
Yeah.
But because they're
For these moves. I'm not damning them for their path to get where they are.
No, but yeah, but we let them in. And that's the dumb shit that we do as American consumers and as those who are allegedly our leaders in whatever industry, whatever government. I mean, it doesn't matter. That's why I've said before, I don't trust any of these people.
Well,
so this is just where we are, and we are going to have to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Do what you can to safeguard it. Try to limit it as much as you can. But it's like the toothpaste coming out of the tube. You're not putting it back in, and we're just where we are. And it's out of my. See, I don't go crazy with it like you do, and the reason I don't is because I understand there's nothing I can do.
But what you got to understand here is that I'm not really going crazy over this. What I'm doing is trying to point out to the audience how stupid the people are that are running these things, because all they see is cash. They don't see the asset that they have. There is more to media than how much money can we get out of this. And at that level, yes, we have to get a lot of money to keep things running. I get it. But if you're smart with what you have, and if you use what you have intelligently, the long game is a lot better than the quick grab at the cash. And unfortunately, they're too stupid to realize that. And that's what happens when you have the wrong people driving the bus. And that's what's going on.
I will say this, because as you were talking about, I was thinking about the whole broadcasters running it, and broadcasters aren't that bright either. You need tech people who are smarter than their tech people. Unfortunately, there's always somebody, because I've got a brother-in-law and I've got a nephew in cybersecurity. Okay, that's their business, is cybersecurity, and you can't even. They're all just struggling and reaching and trying to catch up, trying to use trying to warn these companies of, okay, these are things you don't have fail safes here, or here, and we can't. Somebody is always one step ahead.
Oh, I know.
The bad guys are always one step ahead. So there's nothing we can do about this other than just, control what you can control, and this is out of our hands.
What you have to understand is that I'm not here. What I'm here talking about today is just the irresponsible use of these platforms over money. Money, and then
over money, power. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah. The other thing that was funny about this thing was how blind they were to TikTok's ability to take what was free. TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, and all that stuff, they've made it harder and harder for audiences to get things. Oh, we're going to need more money if you want to get that message out. Oh, we're going to need this. We're going to need that. You're going to need more presence. TikTok just opened the floodgates. If you're an 8-year-old that could do the floss, you got 1 million hits. They
Good
made
Lord.
you a star.
The bottle flip. Remember the bottle flip? Remember how
Yeah.
stupid that was? It's all the dumbest shit you could put
Dude,
on any
they
media site
intentionally
or source.
TikTok
It
said,
is- yeah,
let's
yes.
make all of these people a bigger deal. Let's give them all a taste of fame and make them feel important. And then
And it's all moronic.
let's put all the tools they need to make themselves look better right here on the app. Faces, music, blah, blah, blah. And then let's put our logo on everything. So when they share it to Facebook, people are going to go, what's TikTok? Brilliant on every level.
the only saving grace could potentially be is that China could actually go down within the next decade. It's will this happen before China? Because China is not in a good place financially right now, and they're going to keep on going down. So hopefully, I mean that maybe that happens first. I don't know, but we've been really uber stupid about it.
Yeah,
I should say we,
and it's all about greed.
Yeah,
it's all about greed.
100%.
Period. Disgusting.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. News? Go.
Let's do this thing. The U.S. is sending additional military aid to the Ukraine. The White House over the weekend announced a $3.75 billion military and weapons, other aid investment to the war-torn country and its NATO allies. The latest assistance will also include so-called tank killers. These are the Bradley armored vehicles that can fire anti-tank missiles. Okay, it's all great. I'm all for helping the Ukraine out, and what Russia did was unconscionable, invading a sovereign country. But what's the end game here? We're fighting a proxy war with Russia right now. I don't know what the end game is. How much is enough? How much military aid is enough? We could just going to keep printing up money.
Hey.
Ourselves economically, and I want to help these people too.
I do too.
We got people here.
I want to rewind.
We got people here. We're not helping.
I want to rewind you. When was it? It was Eisenhower, wasn't it? Talking about the military industrial complex based economy.
Complex.
Dude, boom. There it is.
There's a lot of money in this, and it ain't going to the people it should. So,
amen.
There you go. I'm not saying Ukraine doesn't deserve help. You want to continue to help these people out, but we can't. We don't have an unending supply of cash. We just don't. We're devaluing our own currency. It seems fiscally dumb to me, but again, you want to help out. So I get what the intentions are, but this is another thing that's going to bite us in the ass. Moving on, former child star Adam Rich has passed away. Rich, of course, best known for portraying Nicholas Bradford on the late 70s, early 80s ABC dramedy 8 is Enough, dubbed America's little brother during the show's 4-year run from 1977 to 1981. Rich developed a mental illness and substance abuse issues throughout his teens and into adulthood. Adam Rich was 54. I got to be honest, I thought he had died.
Yeah.
Earlier. I thought he kind of to me was in that whole Dana Plato, Gary Coleman. They were all, and you wonder, I get the feeling something was actually done to kids. Some of them, I don't know what percentage, something was done.
Oh God.
There was horrific. It wasn't just trained monkeys. I think it was some sinister stuff beyond that. I don't know, but I've heard you hear things and you're like, I think, and I don't even think we want to know. Quite honestly, and I'm not saying it may have just been the garden variety, right? Alcohol, fame. It could be that, or it could be more than that. I don't know, but one of the worst things that can happen to any young person is to be 8, 10, 12 years old and have that kind of access to excess and that kind of money. It's just. It's never going to end well. Almost
when I
never
read of the loss of Adam Rich yesterday, the first thought that crossed my mind was the 8 is Enough Christmas episode when Dick Van Patten insisted that everybody have a glass of orange juice before they were allowed to go in and open their Christmas presents. I remember sitting there watching that show thinking, how dare you insist I drink a glass of orange juice before I go in and get my Christmas presents? There's no way I would drink a glass of orange juice. I don't care if you're Dick Van Patten. I don't care if I have 9 brothers and sisters. It's Christmas morning. I'm not drinking a glass of orange juice. Up yours. And then after that, when they finally did drink their glass of stupid orange juice, they went in and opened the doors to their Christmas tree. Everything was stolen. So not only did you run me through the gauntlet of drinking this ridiculous orange juice, I got nothing. What an awful episode of 8 is Enough. I triggered.
But wasn't that the one where Tommy was a rock star and he was all like brooding and kind of a douche, and then or was that another one of the special
all I
enough
remember
ones? Because that
was that they had to drink orange juice before they could see their Christmas tree, and I just thought to myself, if my parents ever tried that, I would literally box their ears.
Oh God. Finally, the Detroit Lions go out a winner despite them missing the playoffs because of some sketchy officiating in the Seattle LA Rams game. The Lions upset the Packers in Green Bay on Sunday Night Football 20-16. They knocked the Pack out. Detroit finishes 9-8 on the season, their first winning season in a half decade. Future looking bright in Motown. Great job by Dan Campbell, biting off kneecaps, doing that whole thing, inspiring that team. Again, this team is set up for long-term success because of the way they've built it over the past couple of years. And Lion fans, there are two fan bases that are going to be happy at the end of the season, and I mean at the end of the Super Bowl. Whoever ends up winning the Super Bowl, that fan base, and the Detroit Lions, because it's looking up and it's looking very, very high up over the next few years. Congratulations to the Lions and their fans. I feel good for you. Should be in the dance, but it was a great end of the season. Absolutely.
Right, my turn.
Go ahead.
I think you know what I'm going to say.
No, I don't, because you haven't watched any of the games. And,
I'm going to pivot, and I'm going to say I'm honestly happy. I am. I think I'm not a football fan. I'm not going to become a football fan, and I genuinely hope for the people who have hung on for all these years that it is the case. I would love to see any Detroit team do great, because it makes everybody feel good. And if it is the Lions and it is Dan Campbell and he's the magic bullet, awesome. Good for you guys. Something to cheer for. I'm happy. I really am. Truly am.
Cool.
I really am. Yeah.
Oh, good. Look at you. Look at you. Kind of, you know. I appreciate. There you go. That's really all I was looking for.
I'm still not going to tune in. I'm going to turn on golf or something like that, because I just don't. I hate the hype. I hate the fake announcers, and they're but I'm happy.
It's odd. It's just odd.
I really
to me,
am happy for the fans.
But I do appreciate you and this thing, because you don't just join in.
Nope.
I'm that way too. Like, I didn't get into the world. I begrudgingly announced how much. I thought the World Cup final. I thought that was kind of cool. And I have a passionate dislike for soccer in general, because it's been the sport of the future, and it's kind of been forced down my throat since I was 6 years old. And for the record, never lost a soccer game. Went 1-0. Went undefeated 6-0 the only year I played. So I don't even know what it's like to lose when it comes to the third world sport. But again, I appreciate it. And you know what? Lion fans don't need you to jump on, and soccer fans don't need me to care.
Nope.
Exactly. And that's great. All the way around. Somebody owes me $20. Sparty takes down Michigan at the Breslin Center on Saturday, 59-53. Michigan State now tied for first in the Big Ten, and the national championship of college football goes down tonight. TCU and Georgia. That's sports.
All right, so it's time for Jeopardy. I tell you, weather's coming up next, but somebody had to go back to school yesterday and needed today off. And then, get this.
How many days off does this kid get?
Dude, I said to Andy, I need to get back to Indiana for school. Can I have tomorrow off? Yeah, okay. 4:00 yesterday, he posts a picture. Hey, I'm back in Indiana. You can't do the weather after 4?
You can't do it?
Telling
Gen
you what,
Z,
man. I'm gonna have to send you down there.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm gonna send you. You know what I'm gonna
take the Gen Z out of the kid. You can't take the kid out of Gen Z.
I'm gonna send you down there, and you're gonna throw a pillowcase over his head and take care of Billy.
Beat
him till he.
Are you saying Code Red?
Yeah.
We need to go Code Red on him.
Right.
All right.
Pianos for $200.
Let's do it.
Pianos,
got it.
Pianos, you got that? The Smithsonian has one of this man's Yamaha KX88 keyboards marked with Braille stickers.
Oh, God. It's one of two guys.
Oh.
Gotta be Ray Charles. Gotta be Ray Charles.
You got it.
Boom! I was gonna go Stevie Wonder.
I knew you were.
I was gonna go Stevie Wonder. I thought, no, we're going Ray Charles.
Well,
Boom!
folks, I'd love to provide you an accurate and up-to-date forecast, but our somewhat in-training meteorologist is busy sleeping in Indiana, so I can only imagine what went on last night when he got back to college.
Yeah. Shenanigans. I'm
Free
sure there were Sunday
clinic
shenanigans.
for Colton Woods today, folks. That's where he is. See you tomorrow.
See ya!